Well, I'm really lucky as the co-director of the festival. I get to basically choose films from around the world because I'm one of the gala programmers. We range everywhere. But to be honest, I mostly concentrate on European cinema, the UK, France, Poland, Italy. I do very specific screening trips to London, Paris, Rome, and Warsaw. I also go to Cannes and Berlin. So that's sort of my area of interest. Some of the fun moments that I have over the course of the year, obviously meeting filmmakers. One of my favorite directors in the world is Nanni Moretti. We've had many of Nanni's films here at the festival. He won the Palme d'Or for a film called A Son's Room about 10 years ago. He made a new film which showed in competition in Cannes this year, and I was trying to persuade him to come to the festival. I was in Rome having dinner, and Nanni has this great reputation for driving around Rome in a Vespa. His Vespa is actually in a lot of his films. So just as we were waiting for dinner, who should roll up on his Vespa, which was really terrific because he's such a well-known, huge media figure in Italy, but he sort of travels around anonymously, and there's Nanni in his beat-up 15-year-old Vespa rolling up for dinner. Well, the film that I think brought me the most excitement this year was a film I saw in Rome, made by a wonderful director, one of the true masters of cinema, Ermanno Olmi, called The Cardboard Village. And Olmi had basically stopped making films. He's in his 80s. About 2 years ago, he announced to the world. But he actually arrived with a new film, and I was surprised when I was in Rome that there was going to be a new Olmi film in the schedule, and I saw it and I understood why, because it's so, so important. It deals with the issue of illegal immigration, and of course Italy now is being overwhelmed by so many illegals coming specifically from North Africa. And this film is so tender, so sweet, so smart too, so moving. Deals with a pastor, a priest, whose church has been closed down, and he has nothing to do. He's completely at wit's end. He's basically close to retirement. The church is shuttered, deconsecrated. That's the way the film starts. And then, of course, what happens are that illegal immigrants start to creep into the church, and they set up a tent city, and they're hiding from the law. It's illegal to conceal illegals. So he suddenly realizes, of course, that the church has a completely different function. Like, the true function is to protect these people and provide a safe haven for them. And that's basically the story of the film. It's a remarkable film. There's so many hidden gems. I really love discovering first-time filmmakers, but the film that I think is my hidden gem this year is the fourth feature from a Polish filmmaker who actually shot her film in France, starring one of France's greatest actors, I think, a superb, wonderful person, Juliette Binoche, who I think is taking so many risks as an actress. She won the Oscar for The English Patient a number of years ago as Best Supporting Actor. And this is a really tough, difficult, transgressive film. It deals with, Binoche plays a journalist who's researching a story on prostitution in Paris, and she runs into two young sex trade workers who are very kind of comfortable in terms of what they're doing, but also the experiences they have are extremely disturbing. And as a result of her connection with these two young women, she's forced to re-examine her own marriage and her relationship with her young son. A very strong film. It really is pushing the boundaries of the way women deal with sex in cinema. And it's a beautiful, tender story, too, focusing around three women.